the Super Bowl's not for us, and it never has been. I'm not trying to do play on words from the halftime performer, but yeah, it's not for us, and I've never came on here and acted like it was. But I do want to address a little bit of the fatigue leading up to this Super Bowl. I do feel a little bit fatigued, but also we have to keep in mind, like, I don't want to just blame the Chiefs for it. I don't. Um, I'm seeing a lot of takes. I was listening to WFAN the other day with the two bald fellows, and I do listen to that from time to time when I'm playing video games, doing chores in the house. So I it did bring some thoughts to my mind. So let's see what we do here. Firstly, like, the Super Bowl's never been really about us, and I've never came to grips with that. I really haven't. And I don't like when you play like you have like 11, 13-minute halftime every single week throughout the whole year. And then you have a 50 to an hour halftime in the biggest game of the year that decides people's livelihoods and quote unquote legacy. So yeah, I've never liked the Super Bowl, and I've never been all that excited about it. The media day stuff really kills me. I just can't go through the rigmarole of watching it or even caring about it. And I can't imagine being an NFL player and you have to sit up there for an hour and you get the most stupid questions in the world with people dressed up in clown suits asking them. It's just like I said, it's not for us, and I wish I could just say, oh, well, that's okay. It's good. Like, they're gonna get like 80 million people watching the game. Who knows? Don't they get like 120 million? And that's fine. And I'm glad people can churn in and enjoy the game of football. But it has always felt like a somber end to the year. Plus, you get that week off, and the Pro Bowl's been bad for a long time. And how many of I'm honestly curious, like, how many of you guys did churn in for the flag football? I mean, I saw it did get like 4.3 million, and which is better than anything you could put at that time slot. I mean, probably gets higher than an NBA game. But at the end of the day, man, it is really like a somber let off. And at the end of the day, the Super Bowl is a holiday. I just want to make it clear. Once the game tunes in, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to go, and we're going to enjoy the game. But like I said, the Super Bowl has been more spectacle than sport for a really long time, probably 25, 30 plus years. That's why, and plus, like, sometimes I feel like we don't even talk about the games on this show. We do on the comment section. A lot of you guys are really good, and I feel like people don't even talk about the games anymore. They use like these buzzwords, his legacy. How will he be remembered? Like, I don't know, man. I never really liked the legacy talk in sports. Like, when I watch NBA fans like clown on Charles Barkley for never winning a ring, I'm like, okay, so he sucks. Like, Charles Barkley wasn't a baller, or this so and so player didn't win a ring, so he sucks, so he's trash. Like, I've never liked that type of talk in sports, and I feel like it's just getting bigger. Like, we're not talking about the X's and O's. We're not talking about the gladiators on the field. We choose one or two players to talk about, and we judge a person's livelihood, their legacy, their whole life, essentially, on if they win a Super Bowl game that is more exhibition than regular season. Can we be honest about it? It is more exhibition than regular season. And I feel like listen, man, I can't say I've been enjoying this Chiefs dynasty. Like, Collin Cowherd will say, you guys just hate winners because you're fucking losers. You're fucking poor, so you hate winners. No, I don't. Like, I'm living my best life. And a lot of you guys, judging by your Instagrams, And just judging by your progress in life since you've been following me, you guys have been living your best fucking life too. So I don't think we're just a bunch of like losers, like with fucking cum on our keyboard and our laptop sitting in mom's basement. Like they say, if we don't like winners, we don't want to cheerlead the Chiefs. We're fucking losers. Like, I mean, it's incredible. And that's where I'm at. That like they say, you guys hate greatness because you're not great. Well, I don't know, man. I had a great season betting the toughest sport in the world to handicap, so I'm feeling pretty fucking great about myself. I woke up this morning, I went to the beach at 10 a.m. and walked my dog and went in the water, and I felt fucking good. And then I came and did a player prop video talking with some phenomenal people in you. Like, I'm doing pretty fucking good. It's not that I hate greatness. It's I guess I can't compete with Collin Cowherd and his divorces. Like, so yeah, like you get that type of rhetoric, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm out on that. I don't take advice from like people who've been divorced like 2-3 times. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, that's where we're at in the Super Bowl. It is more spectacle than game, and it's always been that way. And I don't want to dunk on the Chiefs about that because it's really not their fault. It's developed into that. And the last thing I want to say, so on the WFAN with the two bald fellows, listen, they did make some good points, but I want to just talk about the state of the NFL. Guys, NFL's better than ever. And I'm not saying it's the same physical game it was when I started watching like 95, 96, and I've been a historian of the game. During the offseason, I'll go watch games from the 80s, 70s, even 60s. Although some of the 60s stuff, like, it was bad quality. But I consider myself a historian of the game, but I do think the NFL is better than ever. And listen, man, I was worried about 4 or 5 years ago when the Will Smith movie about CTE and concussions came out. And the media was going crazy about that and crazy for the no-names to change their name. That's when I did feel like the league was under attack. I did. And then they tried to change rules really fast, really drastically, and it got ugly. Like, we would see like 3 or 4 roughing the passers a game. But about the NFL refs, about the state in the NFL, they've been phenomenal this year, honestly, man. And you guys on Patreon, you guys on YouTube, you guys know I'm betting 4, 5, 6 games a week. And we're going hard on these games. Like, we're not betting $30. We're not putting in plus $5,000, plus 5,000 parlays at $7, $8 a pop. Like, we're going hard on minus 120s, minus 110s with our livelihood on the line. And I felt like they've been very good this year, and they're gonna miss calls. Listen, these guys are moving fast, they're powerful, and these refs are like 50, 60-year-old white guys and women. Well, there's a lot of black officials now, but I mean, like, these guys are like 60 and pudgy. So yeah, we have to be realistic with it, but I do think the product is better than ever in terms of how we get all the games on TV, HD. I mean, I remember having to watch the 1-12 Browns go to the 3-11 or 3-10 Bills, and I watched the 6-3 game, and there was no other option for me until Poppy got DirecTV. So I do enjoy the game. I have adjusted my betting. Like, I do focus on the passing game more, although the running game has had a renaissance the last 2 or 3 years, and we've also taken advantage of that because we view football in the old way. And I feel like we've adapted to the new football, and I feel like the refs have also adapted to the new football. Like I said, there were calls that went against us in all of our bets this year. Listen, it's going to be. But there was nothing flagrant. There was nothing disgusting until we start examining, like, these Chiefs games. So that's where I'm at. And, like, I saw the guys saying, like, oh, the first 4 weeks of the NFL are preseason. I've always up. This year I got going in week 3, but normally week 1, week 2, I'm the best in the world. I had a really bad week 1 this year, and it did shake me, but I didn't cope with it and say it's preseason. Like, obviously the practice schedules have changed. Training camp has changed. Not getting ones, doing work in the preseason has changed things. But how did that help Caleb Williams this year? He was dunking on 3rd and 4th stringers all preseason. How did that help him? I mean, did he come into the season prepared? But obviously, there is lots of sloppy play in the NFL more than before. Even when you get to week 8, week 9. I mean, look at the New York Jets. But I do feel like the league is better than ever, and I do feel like the refs have found a balance where they're not throwing 3 or 4 roughing the passers a game, where not every hit is an illegal hit or a quote-unquote headhunting knockout blow. I felt like we found some balance, we've found some equilibrium, and I've been very happy with it this year. And like I said, I'm enjoying myself more than ever watching the NFL. Sundays are still a special day for me. Like, I wake up, I feel good. Like I said, like, once it gets to football season, once it's like September 2nd, September 3rd, I wake up humming. I get up with energy. I get up with vigor. And it's a long run, and I enjoy every single video I make up until Super Bowl week. It was actually felt like a job getting on here this week. And it's just, but it's never been for us. And that's the video. And I hope everyone enjoys it. I want to see your views on it. Like I said, like, I'm bullish on the NFL. NFL's awesome. NFL's life. It's so much better than every other sport. Are there problems? Yes, but I think people saying the state of the NFL is bad are just, I think they're being dramatic about it. And also, look at the other sports. Like, basketball finally just had a little bit of a buzz because Luka Doncic got traded from the Mavs to the Lakers. Like, there's just not buzz in these other sports. Although baseball did have a buzz this year. You guys were excited about it, which I was surprised about. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Once the game starts, we're locked in. We're ready to go.